You slept and woke up very tired. In fact, you actually thought that you needed more sleep, and so you convinced yourself to go back to sleep, and it got worse. There's something at play that your mind has not come to, and this video seeks to address that. So don't go away, stick and stay. I'll be right back to address it, perform a mind surgery. Welcome back. My name is Dale Quest, your mind surgeon, and today we're talking about something very interesting. Like I rightly said from the beginning, every time a man goes to sleep, it could be in the evening or any time of the day. But what happens when you go to bed or possibly take a nap and you woke up extremely tired? You woke up not well focused. You woke up and it's almost as if you need more sleep, right? There are things that causes that to happen to you, and I believe that you have experienced that. So we're going to talk about sleep, going straight to the point. What is sleep? Is it when you just close your eyes? No. Does it mean that anytime I say let's pray and you close your eyes, you're sleeping? No. So sleep goes beyond the function of your eyelid, right? Sleep is an activity that the body needs. It's a way of making your physical body to rest. Basically, that's what it is. So you either lie in a position that is more comfortable, or people sit down and sleep. Okay, so whichever position works for you, you fall into a state where the body goes into hibernation, just like your laptop, right? When you click on the start on your operating system, you'll find setting options, sleep, you find lock, you find hibernation, and you find shutdown. So there are different types of sleep. You could totally shut down, okay, or you could be in a setting state where you have a certain level of awareness. But the one that we practice normally when we retire to bed and expecting to wake up the following day is what I'm talking about. So after a long day's work, your body is tired. And naturally, your biological clock gives you notification that you need to go to bed. So your facial muscles gets to play, causes your eyes to close intermittently. I mean, dozing off because you're tired. You're getting to a state where your soul wants to detach so that your body has enough rest, right? So you lie on the bed, possibly, or you're watching a television or something on your mobile phone, and then you slide into a realm of sleep, right? Then you sleep, you start seeing things, depending on what you ate or depending on what it is of a dream. You practice an activity, your soul goes to do work, right? And then you wake up and you are extremely tired, tired so much that it's difficult for you to stay awake, get up from your bed, take a shower, and go back to work. So you do all that, you get to work, and you realize that you are very tired, you cannot concentrate on your work, but you had a longer sleep. You can sleep for like 9 hours and still wake up extremely exhausted and tired, right? So what is the event? What is causing all these things? And straight to the point, what you practiced was a need to satisfy your physical body, right? So your body went into a certain mood. But what you don't know is that the real you, okay, which watching from my previous videos, we have ascertained the fact that the real you is not the spirit inside you, but your soul. Okay, so the real you is your soul. It's what gives you the personality. And let me quickly chip in this, right? The reason why I'm very convinced that man is not spirit, but man is spiritual by the presence of the interface of his heart, and that man is a soul, is because if you are a spirit, then you have to be everywhere, now, here, and all places at the same time. This is what I mean. If you're a spirit, then you're not bound by um, barriers, physical barriers. You can be everywhere, you can be nowhere, you can be now, here, all at the same time. And what I mean is, this attribute and description fits what God is reading from religious books and the philosophies of people of what their definition of what God is. Okay, so God is everywhere, knows everything, all at the same time, right? So the reason why you're not a spirit is because of that definition, right? And because your soul, you are fitted into a body that is well fitted for you. Do you understand? So it's the spirit in the inside of you that has the attribute of being everywhere, that goes to pick up information and feeds your soul a certain type of information. I need you to understand this so that I can use that to explain the concept we're talking about with respect to sleeping and waking up extremely tired. So coming back to it, you performed a function where you went to bed, right? But you went to bed trying to relax your body. And nobody knows when they sleep, okay? Unless you put a camera on yourself. Because you can tell when you were sleepy, but you cannot tell exactly when you knocked off, okay? So your body went to a certain mode of rest. You laid in your bed and you were sleeping, and then you slept and woke up tired. The reason is basically simple. It's because you slept but did not have rest. So sleeping is to the body and rest is to the soul. So we usually say in our very final sleeping event, may your soul rest in peace. We don't say may your body rest in peace or may your spirit rest in peace. We say may the soul of the departed rest in peace. So you get my point? You're a soul. Yeah, you're a soul. So souls do not sleep, they rest or they are active. But sleep is a function of the body, physical body. So your body went to bed to sleep so that it can have some refreshment. You can wake up revitalized. Your brains and your physical body cells are re-energized to do work, physical work, mechanical work. But the reason why you feel tired is because there's the real portion of your whole human system that did not have rest. And this is what a lot of people don't know because they've not practiced the art of engaging their souls to have rest so that they wake up in equilibrium where the body has gained enough energy and then your soul is also rested so that you can do activity and the spirit within you gives you enough energy and makes you alive to go about your daily duties. Okay, so how do you cause the soul to sleep? Before I address that, I would say something that causes us to be in that state of tiredness when we wake up. There are so many factors that are involved. I don't know, depending on how your room is. Okay, the painting of your room can even affect your soul having rest. The painting, the color of your room, the way you have arranged your room, the things you have placed in your room. If your room is clumsy, right, you're seeing that through your eyes and it's entering into your soul through the interface of your mind. It's data, it's information. It's the data that tells your mind that everywhere is clumsy, things are haphazardly laid, things are disorganized. That information, because your soul feeds on data and information, it goes to put your soul in a certain state of oscillation, if I should say disturbance. Okay, so your soul begins to get disturbed because then your mind is telling your body, your brain, that your environment is clumsy, do something about it. But you're also battling with it. I'm feeling lazy, I'm tired, my body's tired, I can't do it. When when the mind, which is your interface, goes into that state of oscillation, it deposits data onto your soul and causes it not to rest. So your soul begins to subconsciously think about making your place well organized, but your body is resisting that because it's tired. So your body gets to sleep, but your soul is active and awake. The next thing, you possibly is the type who is always on your phone when you're sleepy, because it's either you're scrolling through your social media apps, going on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, you're just watching videos, getting excited, laughing, till your phone drops dead. And as I'm saying this, there's somebody I know so well who does that. And I know when she gets to watch this video, she will laugh. She does that. I always have to take the phone from her hands and charge it for her, because she'll just fall asleep with a phone in hand, and I have pictures to that effect. I'm sorry I had to say this, and for those of you who know, you know, right? So there are people like that. I find myself doing that sometimes. You really want to sleep, but you're still wide awake, and you just want to go through and see what is trending, right? So you're on your phone, you're reading stuff, you're listening to stuff, so you're engaging two active interface of your body: the interface of your eyes, sight, and the interface of your ears, hearing. So you are watching and hearing what is being said, and information is being deposited onto your soul through the interface of your mind. So you're depositing data onto your soul, right? So your body knocks off into sleep, but that data has to be recalibrated, filtered, and sorted out into folders. I'm using technological terms so that you appreciate what I'm saying. It's your body begins to accept what is being indexed by the mind. Okay, and that is activity for the soul. So your body is laid to sleep, but your soul is actively working. Okay, so what you're watching, possibly on television, on your mobile device, gets your soul very active because you're engaging it. Then another thing that can cause your soul to be active even whilst your body is asleep, just before bed, right, has to do with worrying. You're worrying and very engaged about something. You seem not to find solution for that thing. So your mind is on an event, worrying. You're worrying about somebody, a loved one who hasn't called you, or you've had a fight with a loved one, or you had a quarrel or an argument, heated argument, or you are just a jealous type thinking about, where's my loved one? Is he somewhere cheating? Is she somewhere with someone? You begin to think about a lot of things. You're worrying. That worrying is an intense activity for the interface of your mind and the soul, right? And so whilst your body is sleeping, in sleep mode, the soul is thinking through all these things for future effect. And that's where you glean your dreams from in the future. Okay, so we'll talk about dreams in subsequent videos, and I can't wait to address that. It's a whole topic that is intense, and once you understand how dreams come about and understanding them, it puts you in a place of advantage. Okay, so when you worry intensively before sleep, your body gets to be in sleep mode, but your soul is not resting. Okay, and then one last thing that can get your soul in active mode, right? It's the arrangement of your room, the position of your bed, and the position of your body in sleep mode. Yeah. There are certain positions, right, depending on how tired your body is, when you subject your body in that orientation. Even though the body gets to knock off itself into sleep mode, there's a certain level of discomfort that you're not aware of, that the mind begins to tell your brain that position yourself. And when it's not doing that, it also puts the soul in a place of activity. But that is usually mild, it's not really intense, but it actually adds up to causing your soul to be active. There are a lot of examples that I can give. I mean, very little detailed stuff. Okay, especially for those who have OCDs, yours could be worse. Yeah, yours could be worse. And usually, when you wake up, you're extremely exhausted and tired. And that's when you finally is into sleep now, right? Then your soul either detaches from your body to do activities, and that's when you have dreams, or your soul remains in your body but has engagements because it widens its scope of field of influence to other places, right? So your soul begins to work intensively. It moves from one place to the other, is engaged in meditation even whilst you're sleeping. It's meeting other souls and engaging other souls. Then again, there's another information coming up from the end of the spirit through the interface of your heart. Because when the Spirit of God wants to speak to your soul and deposit an information onto your soul to carry out work for it, or for him, for her, the Spirit doesn't have sex. It's not gender based. So whichever preposition you want to use fits it, right? So if the Spirit wants to carry out an assignment or function and wants to use you as a soul, it has to deposit an information and put a bedding on your heart. That bedding on your heart puts an information onto your soul. And that requires your body to be in sleep mode so that it stabilizes your soul to receive that information. That is why, in technological terms, right, when you're downloading something on the internet, on certain websites, they tell you, or you're even uploading, right, they tell you not to close the program or the software, or do not engage the laptop or the computer, or do not open any software that intensively relies on your GPU, okay, or on your graphics. Because if the computer, right, is not in a certain state to download, it impedes the data that's being downloaded or being uploaded, and sometimes you can lose connection. Okay, it's the same thing with your entire body system. The physical body, your flesh, has to be in sleep mode to stabilize your soul so that the spirit can engage it by feeding it with information, original information from original source, because the spirit knows all things and be everywhere at the same time. So it feeds that your soul with that information through the interface of your heart. But it requires that your soul is stabilized, is ready to receive it. Because if the soul is not ready, then you would have an unbalanced way of receiving information. Sometimes you wake up, you don't even remember the dream. Do you understand? So that's how the spirit engages the soul. That when the soul is in a state where it's actively working, okay, it's not finding a place of rest, it's not resting enough, then there's a problem. You would wake up with your body refreshed, that you feel extremely exhausted and tired. So let's quickly address solutions to these things. It's simple, right? How do you get your whole system into equilibrium? One, it's how you lived your day. And that's why living the day is very important. You have to be intentional about it. The people you meet, make sure you make the best out of the day. When it comes to eating, when it comes to carrying out your assignment, when it comes to fulfilling tasks, wearing the best of clothes to feel good about yourself, meeting the right people to have good conversations. And sometimes when bad information or bad news come in, you have to put your mind to deal with it and place it somewhere, and don't let it affect every other thing around you. So how you live your day is very important, because it sets the tone and the mood for your mind to be stable, to deposit correct information onto your soul, not to destabilize it. And that's where the soul gets to rest well. Secondly, it depends on the activity you do just before you sleep, okay? So some people like to sleep with white sound. Some people would want to watch movies that are soothing to the soul, calm. It's not too adventurous, it's not horrific. You know, some people would like to listen to sermons, some people like to listen to prayer sounds or songs or prayer stuff, not the wild kind of prayers, okay, that usually get you in a certain state. I don't want to go into that. So the activity you do is all very, very important. But then again, I can recommend a very good activity because I've practiced it and it really works. Good sex. Yes. Good love making, sexual intercourse. I mean, you get what I mean. For the married people, sometimes when you're extremely tired, the best thing is to even have sex, right? So it puts your body into sleep mode because it gets you to a certain climax and peak where you get knocked off. Then it stabilizes your soul and you realize that you have the best of sleep. But the sex must be good. In other words, good foreplay, make time is an art. Make time for it and eat yourselves. I've said this thing. I'm sorry, but there's no other way I can say it. I mean, your bodies are for yourself as a married couple. Engage it and knock yourselves into mode of ecstasy and rest. Okay? And this is what I want to chip in. That for the guys, don't be selfish. Get the lady to also get there so that both of you would enjoy sleeping and resting at the same time as couples, right? So back to the third solution. My goodness. Okay, so back to the third solution. One of the things I do to help me to get my soul rest, okay, is every evening before I sleep, I fantasize about things I want to see my life become. So I fantasize about good things because it's a realm where I engage my soul for the future. I give my soul a picture of what I want to become so that it puts pressure on my mind through the power of my will and emotions to prepare and navigate my body to be at right place at the right time so that I head towards development and progress and success. You understand? So I fantasize a lot, not just before I sleep. Even throughout the day, I make time to fantasize about good things so that it puts my soul in a place of good rest. I get always happy within my soul and also in my heart. You know, sometimes people say, I want to feel peace in my spirit. What you're actually trying to say is not the spirit that gives life to your body, but your heart. Okay? So when there's peace in your heart, there's this whole tranquility within your system that puts you in a certain state where you can properly think. You realize that you internally become very healthy. Okay? And the last thing as a solution to help your soul to rest is engaging with good relationships. I mean, the conversations you have right before bed is very important. If you went to bed with a certain phone call that puts you under pressure, you're likely not to sleep because it gets you in a mood to worry, right? So, for example, you have an examination to write. You'd have to find a way of engaging your soul, and I think I'll address how to properly engage your soul to detach from your body, to do stuff, to have rest through the power of meditation. I practice that a lot, and sometimes I'm going through something physically, but I'm knocked off because my soul is engaged in something that is giving me peace. Okay, and every human being should learn that. That's what gives you a certain level of self-control. So the self here is the you, which is the soul. So irrespective of what is going on around you, you are detached and you're engaging your soul to stay calm so that you take correct decisions, so that you focus on what to do next. It's very important. Unfortunately, we are not taught these things. And so when things hit us, immediately our emotions and will come at play, and we take certain decisions that we later regret. So these are basic things that you can do. But the whole point is, whilst your body is in sleep mode, you have to find a way to get your soul into rest mode. And that's the only way to put the whole body system or the entire you in equilibrium. So that when you wake up with your body having enough rest, your soul is also rested. And that way, there's this sync with your entire system, and you can do exploits throughout the day. So I end here. I believe that you've learned one or two things. My name is Dale Quest, your mind surgeon. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and be part of the success story, and share it with other people, family and friends. Like, comment, and share. Okay? I really need it. But most importantly, let your mind do the conversations. I love you very much, and I'm out.